Let's look at AUD on the weekly time frame. The structure is very bad. The structure is very, very bad. But let's see what we can make out of it. In the weekly time frame, the Japanese yen did something very, very dramatic and twist the monetary policy overnight. The Japanese yen is fond of that, twisting their currency. So let's dive in on save time, times of essence. So see here, we have here support structure. So we have here support structure. We need to hold our floor. We need a floor. So for you to know if you're a day scalper and every day you come to the system and you want to trade every day, that's recipe for disaster. Every day is not a good day based on our strategy. Good trades don't come all the time. It takes time. It takes time to reset the market. So here now we have is our all demand floor. All demand floor. And that was a week. So catching falling knife is not a problem. Because the market, anytime there is a breakout, there is a hint. This is a retest. After a breakout, this is a retest. So it's expected another retest will come at the same angle as this. And if we want to trace this, this is the retest, this is the zone, this is a resistance structure, break of a resistance structure. We can go from here if we like. And go from here if we like. Is the resistance structure. And we have I think that's okay. That's okay. Price can still come down here to react. After a breakout at a retest and price played on this small move, the price can still come down here. So let's leave it that way and see. So if we break out from here and we recalibrate for now, the market is in uptrend. AJ is uptrending. And let's look at this massive sell-off. Where did this massive sell-off come from? It looks like something from the Allenware. It looks like something from the deep space. We always catch it. So this is it. This is the structure. Support structure. Support structure. Break of a support structure. Retest. RT. This is a retest candle 1. And this is a retest candle 2. And this is a retest candle 3. Break and retest on ascending trend line. So this is how we trade market structure. We look out for the roof and the floor. And on a broader perspective, the larger roof comes from here, where we have a very clean price action. This is the larger roof where we keep our mind glued on technical. I will be watching out for this roof. This is a potential roof based on the structure of the market. Price trading below the line is considered to be supply roof. The structure is not looking nice, but you just try to look at what it's doing and depend it there based on the performance of price. So you can see what price has done. For every time you hit the ascending trend line, ATL, it's a buy on a weekly time frame. Every time it's a buy. ATL, call it ATL, ascending trend line, and the supply roof, because price is trading below the ascending trend line. We can also call it resistance becomes support on break of structure, ROS. So if we break structure, then this will change from ROS to SR. So at the moment, it's ROS, resistance becomes support on break of structure. Then from the bottom, we have demand floor and also an SR level. This is our demand floor, a psychological ascending demand floor. For every time price touches the floor, the ascending trend line, it's a buy. It is evident. You can see it. Evidence is everything in analyzing the financial market. Everything is evidence in the financial market. We want to see the evidence. We want to see the evidence. So as we see it, then we pick it up from there. And so we have here SR, support become resistance on break of structure. So this is what we have. And now we have a roof, now we have a floor. And price touched the floor and upswing. We have a resistance structure at this level, which further bridges, further downslide. And at this level, we will see that here we have resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure. Break out of a resistance structure, price returns here. SR, and also a demand floor. A switch from supply roof to demand floor. We have here previously supply roof, which, which now becomes demand floor on break of structure, and price have moved to touch the top layer supply roof. Another ascending trend line. AJ is bullish anyway. AJ is bullish. It is under supply line. And we have another resistance structure. pending price on weekly, and beginning of last week was a sell-off as price approached a strong resistance structure at 100.994. Breach of 100.994 will be a clear sign to go long. Will be a clear sign to go long, where we'll face a temporary rejection, maybe consolidate for a while, then break the structure and create a new high. Maybe we might stop here, or maybe we might come here. Or it's also possible that price might do this, come and retest the roof, a broken roof, then move up to test a new roof, which is also valid based on the structure of the market. It is valid. So this is our new supply roof, and we like to hold it responsible for whatever going on in the market. So this is what we expect, and we have here a strong rejection level in the future. If price comes at 108.229, that will be a moment of awaited retest. Retest in the month of July high, where Japanese yen currency twerk changed trade trajectory and wiped out reasonable buy potentials. So we expect price to return at this level, and 108.229, we expect a bearish drop at that level, and a break above that level will automatically turn supply roof to a demand floor. So it's on technical that here becomes a new supply roof. So if price breaks it, it becomes a demand floor for uptick. Here is another supply roof. If price breaks it, it becomes a foundation for uptick. So it is critically break and retest. So if the structure is broken, that is a 100, I want to see it broken 100.994. Break above 100.994, wait for retest. Price needs to come back to test that level. If it holds, then you go long to test 108.229. So AJ, we've come to a very clean weekly structure where we have our supply roof and the demand floor. So on technical, the floor remains a demand floor where we look out for buy opportunity. By Sydney Open into Asia, we look if they can drag price down. AJ is fond of liquidity grab. AJ is fond of liquidity grab. So if we don't have any fundamental analysis that could possibly invalidate our strategy and our structure, I see AJ coming into the trap where we have our demand floor and push break above the structure, converting supply roof to demand floor, enabling uptick. So we need a break of structure, which will also indicate presence of liquidity. So I think it makes a whole lot of sense to see AUD going up against Japanese yen. The larger trend is bullish, starting from 2020. You can see it: resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure in ascending trend line, ATL. So this is what we have for AJ, and patience is key. Patience is key. So we must allow it layer by layer. Every layer have a strong price action. Every layer has a strong price action. So it's key to allow it play. 102.757. It's also another temporary roof for sale. So, but if we have a very strong fundamental, we could see these things shattered. When we look at it, we have here an ascending trend line breakout. Can we get a retest? We have here support structure, and you can see why it's important to look at price in multi-dimension. You can see support structure, break of support structure, retest, break of resistance structure. Price played from 2023 on the demand floor of an ascending trend line. I will change the color to black for easy understanding and clarification. And we finally took off after break of a supply roof, where we got momentum to hit a top layer supply roof, also an ascending trend line and a breakout of structure, and also a retest candle, RT. After we have RT1, RT2, breakout from a structure, breakout from a support structure 1, support structure 2, breakout, retest 1, retest 2, retest 3. So on technical, I think we are here now on a retest. Right. After we broke out from a support structure due to the bearish candle, this is a fundamental candle from the Bank of Japan currency twerk. It dropped this price, and I believe that for us to uptrend, we need to break this structure to return price to the floor that 2023 enjoyed. This is a floor. This is a buying floor. So this is a demand floor as well. So price need to return to this demand floor for us to hold a strong buy bias with intention to go up and test the supply roof, possibly for the fourth time. RT1, RT2, RT3, RT4 can only happen if we return to a demand floor. So at the moment, price is testing on supply. That is why last week AJ ended in sell. The Japanese yen had a significant gain against the Australian dollar. So until we break this structure, it will show change in economic policies, change in monetary policies in favor of AUD. So we need to look at Australian 10-year bond yield. We look at Japanese 10-year bond yield. We look for an inverse correlation and see if it's likely that we'll go long for AJ. But at the moment, price has to break this ascending trend line. A previous support structure broken becomes a resistance structure. So price will continue to you know, sell out until we break out from this structure. The larger trend is bullish. So in order to stay on the side of the larger trend, it is important to be patient, allow structure to be broken. If structure is broken, then you return to the top, then go long. So that's all we have for AJ for now.